So children, I hope you have understood the entries which we discussed related to profit and loss appropriation account, entry related to certain charge, for example, interest on loan by partner, rent paid to the partner, and manager commission. Now, applying all those knowledge and entries, we have a question here, and this question goes like this. This is the first question we are discussing in this chapter. I want you all to pay attention because if you have understood this, if you are able to understand this, you will be then doing questions on your own. From now onwards, I'm going to give you assignments to practice. So here comes your first question to explain you the entries. The question says, Asim and Nihar started business on 1st April 2019 with capital of rupees 3 lakh and rupees 2 lakh respectively. According to the partnership deed, Nihar is to get a salary of rupees 5,000 per month. Asim is to get 10% commission on profit after allowing salary to Nihar, and interest is to be allowed on capitals at 6% per annum. Profit sharing ratio between the two partners, Asim and Nihar, stands at 3:2. During the year, the firm earned a profit of rupees 2,50,000. Asim had given loan of rupees 1 lakh to the firm on 1st April 2019. Interest on loan was allowed at 8% per annum. Nihar was given a loan of rupees 2 lakh on which interest was charged at 11,000 rupees. Manager was to be allowed a commission of rupees 3,000, pass journal entries for distribution of profit, and prepare profit and loss appropriation account. The firm closes its book of account on 31st March every year. So this is a long question to start with, but let's see it part by part. So when you have a question for partnership firm, the first thing you have to do is you have been given net profit, immediately transfer it to profit and loss appropriation account. And the first entry goes on March 31st, 2020, profit and loss account debit to profit and loss appropriation account. 2,50,000. And where is this 2,50,000 coming from? It is coming from your question where this line says during the year the firm earned a profit of 2,50,000. I hope this is clear to you. The narration stands being net profit transferred from profit and loss account to profit and loss appropriation account. Clear? Now, the next entry on March 31st is Nihar's salary account debit to Nihar's capital account. Or you can simply write down salary account debit to Nihar's capital account. We have to name the partner who's getting salary and the amount goes 60,000. Now where is this coming from? If you have seen the question, this second line says Nihar is to get a salary of rupees 5,000 per month. 5,000 per month means annual salary will be 60,000. Is this clear? Now, after allowing salary, this is being salary allowed to Nihar, we have to transfer this salary, which has been shown in this entry, to profit and loss appropriation account. Then before we transfer the salary, here is entry for commission which is given to Asim. This also comes from the question. Asim's commission account debit 19,000 to Asim's capital account. Being commission allowed to Asim, this will be calculated and then the amount comes 19,000. So you read the question and you will do this calculation. You'll arrive at 19,000 and here is the entry. Now the next entry is to transfer this commission paid to Asim, and in the previous entry we have paid salary to Nihar. So we're making a compound entry and I hope you understand what is compound entry. This entry says profit and loss appropriation account debit 79,000 to Nihar's salary account 60,000 to Asim's commission account 19,000. So You can also split this compound entry into two simple entries where you can separately show salary transfer to profit and loss appropriation account and commission transfer to profit and loss appropriation account. And shall I tell you that entry? The entry will be profit and loss appropriation account debit to Nihar's salary account 60,000 60,000 being salary allowed to Nihar transferred to profit loss appropriation account, and for commission the entry will go profit and loss appropriation account debit to Asim's commission account 19,000 19,000 being commission allowed to Asim transferred to profit and loss appropriation account. Is it clear? I hope you have understood this. Now the next entry goes for allowing interest on capital to both the partners. So there is capital given in the question. There is the rate of interest given in the question. Calculated for Asim, the interest on capital is coming as 18,000. For Nihar, the interest on capital is coming at 12,000. Together, it is 30,000. So interest on capital account debit 30,000 to Asim's capital account 18,000 to Nihar's capital account, being interest allowed to partners on their capital at the rate of 6% per annum. Once you have allowed interest on capital to partners, this interest on capital will be transferred to which account? It will be transferred to profit and loss appropriation account. Profit and loss appropriation account debit 30,000 to interest on capital account 30,000 being interest on capital transferred to profit and loss appropriation account. Now all these entries are based on the question. So finally, after all the appropriations are made, there will be entry to distribute either profit or loss of the question. Now in this question, the credit side of appropriation account, based on these entries, they'll be posting an appropriation account. Credit side will become more than debit side and there will be net divisible profit. If you remember this word, net divisible profit, I have asked you to take care of this word and here is the entry. Profit and loss appropriation account debit to Asim's capital account to Nihar's capital account. Children, the net divisible profit which was coming, that means credit of appropriation account more than debit side is 1,41,000. This is to be distributed among the partner Asim and Nihar in their profit sharing ratio given in the question, which was 3 is to 2. That means 3 by 5 of 1,41,000 will go to Asim, whereas 2 by 5 of 1,41,000 will go to Nihar. So 3 by 5 amount comes 84,600. 2 by 5 amount comes 56,400 being being net divisible profit credited to partners capital account, and this will be the last entry of this question. Based on all these entries, you will have to prepare profit and loss appropriation account. I have not prepared appropriation account. I have not attached it here. This will be your homework. For this question which we have discussed just now, you will read the question very carefully. You will go through all these entries, write down the question in your copy, write down these entries, and with the help of these entries, you will prepare profit and loss appropriation account. So this comes up as your first question in assignment for accountancy and this has to be done by you. So children, here is your second question which I have taken from NCERT book. And this question says, Amit, Babu and Charu set up a partnership firm on April 1, 2019. They contributed rupees 50,000, rupees 40,000 and rupees 30,000 respectively. So this is their capital. As their capital and agreed to share profit and losses in the ratio of 3 is to 2 is to 1. Amit is to be paid a salary of rupees 1,000 per month. Remember, it is 1,000 per month. So for a year, it will be 12,000. And Babu a commission of rupees 5,000. So you need not calculate commission. They have already given you commission of rupees 5,000. It can directly be put into entries and in the account. It is also provided that interest is to be allowed on capitals at 6% per annum. The drawings for the year were Amit rupees 6,000, Babu rupees 4,000, and Charu rupees 2,000 respectively. Interest on drawings of rupees 270 was charged on Amit's drawings, rupees 180 on Babu's drawings, and rupees 90 on Charu's drawings. So this is also given to you. The amount is given. You need not calculate interest because the directly amount on interest on drawing is given to you. The net profit as per profit and loss account for the year ending 31st March 2020 was rupees 35,660. The question says prepare the profit and loss appropriation account to show the distribution of profit among the partners. Now in the previous question we have discussed the journal entries. In this question we have prepared directly the profit and loss appropriation account, and here is the solution. The first thing is you have to write the net profit on the credit side of profit loss appropriation account by profit and loss account. Actually, this question I have cut and paste from NCRT book. So they have written net profit, but what you are going to write is by profit and loss account. In bracket, you can write the word net profit because in the format we taught you like that. So net profit goes 35,660. Now, this question, as you see here, they have also ignored the word to and by because NCRT generally ignores it. But you will write to on the debit side and by on the credit side. So, on the credit side, other than net profit, what is written? I hope you remember there is only one thing as an income which is shown on the credit side, and that is interest on drawings. So, you will write by interest on drawings, three partners, their amount 270, 180, 90, and the total 540 is written in the amount column. So, two postings, one for profit, one for interest and drawing. Now we go on the debit side of appropriation account to Amit's salary, which was already told by me that it will be 12,000 because it was 1,000 per month. Then to Babu's commission given in the question was rupees 5,000. And finally, we'll write interest on capital, two interest on capital to the three partners. Individually, their interest comes at the given rate in the question, which was 6% per annum on the capital introduced by them, which will come as 3,000 for Amit, 2,400 for Babu, and 1,800 for Charu. It adds up to 7,200. And finally, you will balance your ledger, credit side exceeding debit side. The difference comes as 12,000, and this is known as net divisible profit. And this net divisible profit is transferred to all the three partners in the profit sharing ratio, which was mentioned in the question. So the amount goes 6,000, 4,000, and 2,000 in this ratio given here in the question as 3 is to 2 is to 1. And this is profit and loss appropriation account. A simple question again to understand. So you will do it in your assignment copy. First, you're going to pass the journal entries. Although this question doesn't ask to pass journal entries, you will pass all the journal entries in the journal format, right from the first entry of profit to the last entry of net divisible profit. Here is net profit and here is net divisible profit. All the entries coming in this account should come in your copy like in the previous question, and you will prepare the profit and loss appropriation account as it is done here. So, two very good questions taken today. We have discussed the appropriation account in the previous class. We have discussed today the journal entries. We have discussed the entries in the proper format. We have taken two questions. We have done the solution with one question for entries, another question for appropriation account. This is more than enough for today's class. I now request you to write down all these topics which you have seen today in these slides in your notebook and solve these two questions. And from here onward, you can take your book and start solving questions and practice it thoroughly. In the next class, the next day, we will discuss the capital accounts to be made for partners, which is called partners capital account. So we end the class today here with all these topics. Hope it is understood. Request again, practice it thoroughly, pick up questions from your book, make it in your notebook, and take care of yourself, stay safe, and keep studying.